Everybody, I'm Kate.h.wexell from the Compass College Consulting. So as we all know, on August 1st, the Common Application opened up, which means that you can start applying to college for the 2024-25 college admission cycle. So I'm just going to break down for you really quickly what should your timeline look like and what are all of the relevant deadlines. So college applications open up at about August or September, depending on the school. And there are usually 4 different ways that you can apply to college. So a lot of state schools and community colleges, they will have their own portal, and you need to check with each school to make sure whether they're using the Common Application or using their own portal. If they're using their own portal, a lot of these schools, you can apply whenever you want. So that means from August up until the school year starts next year, or sometimes they might have a cutoff in May or June, you can just apply. Now, if they're using the Common Application or the Coalition Application, which are methods 2 and 3 of applying to college, you might need to actually check with the portal to see when it closes. And both of these application portals, the Common Application and the Coalition Application Portal, they both open at about August 1st. And the Common Application Portal includes over 1,000 colleges and universities, whereas the Coalition Application Portal includes about 200-ish. And then the 4th way that you can apply to college is through the UC System portal. So this is specific if you're applying to state schools in the state of California. They use the University of California portal, which is completely separate from everything else. So make sure that you check with each college, find out which type of application they're utilizing, and then look on those portals first to find out when they open and what your deadlines are. Now, here's how you should structure the rest of the school year. So if you're a senior in high school, or even if you've already graduated high school and you're just looking to go back into college, this is what you should do. In August and September, start taking a look at filling out the demographic information in each of your applications and start talking to your teachers or even former professors if, say, that you're a transfer applicant or somebody who's already in their adult life. So start asking them for letters of recommendation. You don't want to wait up until it's time for your application to be due to be asking people for letters of recommendation. Now, not all schools will actually require those, so you should be mindful of that, but most schools will ask for about 1 to 3 letters of recommendation. So ask early. In this time, in August and September, you should also be finalizing your college list. And that could mean going on tours at different colleges, seeing where you actually enjoy being, because the thing is, you still have to send off an application fee. So you want to make sure that that application that you're sending off is worth it and that you would be willing to go to that school if you were accepted. You should also be taking a look at the personal statement. So some colleges on their own portals will require a personal statement, but on the Common Application, there is a personal statement that is sent off to every school. You can choose one of about 7 prompts to look at. And this is usually an essay that's about 650 words. It's going to be probably the longest essay that you have for any of your schools. So start looking at that, creating your first draft, and you're golden. So in about October, this is when things start getting a little bit hairy. If you are applying for early action or early decision programs, which essentially means that schools that are more selective, they will consider you in a first batch of applicants where you're only competing against about 1,000 or less other people for spots. Like, you're applying to this program early, and a lot of schools will then require you, if you end up being accepted through early action or early decision, to make that deposit and make that decision by about December. So let's stop and reiterate that and make sure that you understand. So in October, you should be writing down your extracurriculars list for applications that require it, finalizing your personal statement, starting to write any supplemental essays for schools that require them, and making sure that you have all of your letters of recommendation. Then, if you are applying for early action or early decision, you should be making sure that you are sending off those applications during the month of October. Now, let's head over to November. So you're still working on those same things, trying to make sure that everything is finalized, writing those supplemental essays, taking another look at your personal statement, making sure that everything is completely finalized with your activities and awards lists and your letters of recommendation. So we're still thinking about all of these things. In the month of November, usually on November 1st, that is when University of California applications are due. So you want to make sure that that is your first priority if you're applying to University of California schools and then other schools as well. And so once you've gotten past that, you should be waiting until about mid-November or early December, and that is when your decisions for early action or early decision will come out. And then they'll usually give you until about mid-December or January to decide whether or not you actually want to attend that school. Now in December, this is when everybody is usually, crunching. This is when they're rushing to finish those essays at 3 o'clock in the morning on a school night. Don't be that person. Make sure that you've got everything done pretty much by November, and then you can just be taking a few more looks at your essays, proofreading them to make sure that you don't have any grammatical mistakes. And then at about December 15th through January 15th, that is when regular applications are due for selective schools. All right, so you want to be submitting those. And then for regular applications, that means that they are not early decision or early action, but they're just regular applications. You will usually find out in early March through early April whether or not you've been accepted to that school. So what about for schools though, like state schools that have their own portal where there's not really an application deadline? What do you do for those? Well, you're still going to submit those by December 1st or December 15th. And why is that? Well, a lot of state schools will have merit scholarships, they'll have honors colleges that you can apply to, and they'll just have other general scholarships. And a lot of them have that scholarship deadline set in December. So that means that you need to apply, have been accepted, and then you'll be invited to apply to their scholarship portal on their website and through their system. So even though you can apply in April of your senior year of high school, it is recommended to get all of your applications done in that first semester of your senior year of high school, or in the fall for anybody who has already completed high school. Now, what do you actually do in the spring? Well, as I said, most of the applications will come back with their decisions in March or April if they were from a more selective school that has different rounds of decisions. Otherwise, you should be thinking about which school do you actually want to go to if you applied to state schools that usually respond to you with the decision in about 2 to 3 weeks after submitting. And what you should also be doing is applying for scholarships. So most scholarships that are accessible to students are only available during their senior years of high school. And more importantly, they're usually only available during the spring semester. So now that you know all of the activities, all of the things that you've done in high school, and you for the most part know what your grades are going to be, this is the time that you can really shine in some scholarship applications. Additionally, what you can be doing is starting to purchase items for your dorm room. Now, that might seem a little bit early, but you should start thinking about it and start planning what is your life going to reasonably look like. And then on May 1st, that is called College Decision Day. And so most colleges and universities will require a decision back from you by May 1st about whether or not you're going to attend their institution if you were accepted. Now, what happens if you weren't accepted or rejected, but you were waitlisted? Well, that is the word that everybody kind of likes to hear because it means that the college didn't really dislike you a whole lot, but it's also one of the most stressful things ever to be just sitting there waiting to hear back from a college waitlist. So you'll find that out whenever you receive your decision from a more selective college in March or April. And then you'll usually have about 2 weeks to say whether or not you still want to be considered on the waitlist. So if you decide to remain on the waitlist, then in April, that's when you should be sending in a letter of further consideration to the school to state why they should still look at you as an applicant and take you off of the waitlist. And then you'll usually hear by about May or June whether or not you've been removed from the waitlist or not. And so why is that exactly? That is because all of the schools have to wait until May 1st to receive people's decisions, and then after that, they can see how many spots they still have left to allow in other students from the waitlist. All right, well, thank you so much.